Have you been accused of being lazy because you wait until the absolute last minute to start a project, only to pull it off flawlessly? Modern neuroscience suggests this behavior reflects unique biological hardware rather than a lack of discipline. Society has sold us a very specific image of extreme intelligence, the naturally organized, perfect posture, straight A student churning out right answers on command. Talk to the top 2% of cognitive ability, and their reality is wildly different. It's chaotic, it's emotionally intense, and it is perpetually exhausting. High intelligence functions as a comprehensive neural phenomenological framework. It reconfigures your baseline experience of reality, extending far beyond a simple test score. Look at this brain model illustrating neuroefficiency theory. For decades, scientists assumed a highly intelligent brain simply worked harder, but modern imaging shows the opposite. Overall baseline energy consumption drops. The brain is ruthlessly efficient, laying up only the exact, isolated neural pathways needed to solve a specific problem, while keeping the rest dormant. All that efficiency creates a massive surplus of cognitive energy and an expanded working memory capacity. As you can see here, while the main problem-solving pathway dings, that unused energy pools and diverts to create complex internal simulations. This explains what happens when you are forced to endure low-stimulation tasks, like a boring meeting or repetitive chores. Your brain literally refuses to allocate its full resources to it, so externally you look entirely distracted. You zone out. Internally, your brain has decoupled from the mundane environment. It is now using its massive energy surplus to simulate future scenarios, untangle complex variables, and run high-level long-term planning. This cognitive surplus directly drives the habit of structured procrastination. You have one existentially important project that terrifies you, so to avoid it, you leverage your own perfectionistic anxiety to deep clean your house, clear your inbox, and organize your entire life. If your brain does weird things like this and you're finally realizing why, take a second to hit the like button and subscribe. We do deep dives into the psychology of why you are the way you are weekly. Completing 1,000,000 secondary tasks to avoid the primary one is a highly sophisticated form of self-deception. It requires incredible executive function to pull off without your whole life collapsing. The assumption that high intelligence makes someone cold, calculating, and purely logical completely ignores the physical anatomy of the brain. This diagram isolates a specific neural pathway called the uncinate fasciculus. Highly intelligent people actually have increased volume and hyperconnectivity in the limbic system, and this physical bridge directly connects your raw logic centers to your emotional processing network. This wiring forces raw data through an intense emotional filter, fueling an overactive empathic response that registers subtle tonal shifts and unspoken environmental tension. You perceive vast, unfixable systemic issues, like global injustice or the fragility of life, at a scale your emotional regulatory system isn't yet equipped to process. This constant, high-resolution awareness of immense suffering creates a chronic state of grief and helplessness, often manifesting as existential depression. In 2018, researchers proposed the hyperbrain hyperbody theory, establishing a direct physical link between a hyperreactive brain and a hyperreactive central nervous system. This chart compares national average health risks against data from Mensa members, people in the top 2% of IQ. The highly intelligent cohort shows a 200% spike in anxiety disorders, along with a 300% increased risk of environmental allergies, asthma, and autoimmune diseases. Your profound cognitive awareness creates a biological feedback loop. Your nervous system is so amplified that your immune system reacts to harmless inputs like pollen or your own tissue as if they were threats. The burnout you feel is cellular. How does a brain with a constantly redlining nervous system survive in modern society? Usually by avoiding it. Data from the Savannah theory of happiness shows that while most people report higher life satisfaction the more they socialize with friends, highly intelligent individuals actually experience a measurable decrease in happiness when they spend too much time around others. Evolutionarily, extreme intelligence developed as a tool to solve complex, novel problems independently. You are biologically equipped to navigate reality without relying on the safety net of a massive tribe. Solitude serves as a mandatory biological recovery state, allowing the brain to untangle variables without the heavy cognitive load of social performance. This evolutionary drive also aligns with chronobiology data showing high IQ individuals naturally shift their sleep-wake cycles late into the night. When the world is quiet, the sensory input is off, and the brain can finally breathe. But because the educational and corporate worlds demand compliance to a 7 a.m. schedule, highly intelligent people carry chronic sleep debt, existing in a perpetual state of social jet lag. This diagram maps out the concept of asynchronous development. For a highly intelligent person, the mind, body, and emotion progress bars move at wildly different, out-of-sync speeds, making the process of growing up feel intensely fractured. You're trapped in an isolating reality where you possess the cognitive reasoning of an adult, the emotional rawness of a child, and a nervous system that is constantly redlining. Your wandering mind, your intense emotional reactions, and your absolute requirement for solitude do not mean you are broken, and they certainly don't mean you lack discipline. Thriving requires engineering an environment that accommodates this biological hardware, rather than forcing compliance to neurotypical standards. Give yourself permission to operate the highly sensitive system you were actually built with. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Which of these habits finally make sense to you? Are you a chronic structured procrastinator, or are you living that night owl life? Let me know. Keep protecting your peace, and I will see you in the next video.